Schools. I'll be your MC for this brief groundbreaking event tonight. Welcome to those of you coming in person. I know as many people have remarked, we haven't had enough in-person things for the past 14 months, it would seem. We haven't heard enough from the band, which we will momentarily, in fact, a couple times tonight. And also welcome to anyone tuning in, whether live or at some later date on this good old thing we call Facebook. All right, so we've got a little program for tonight. Again, it's informal. It's meant to hear from a few folks and celebrate a variety of things, including many thank yous and really messages of support for our community. So at this time, if I could all have us rise and get ready, we have Mrs. Hintz and the Wind Ensemble who's going to kick things off tonight. That's right, folks. You haven't heard them live very often in the past 14 months. Wind Ensemble is going to start things off with our national anthem. Go ahead, Mrs. Hintz. Mrs. Hintz, thank you, Wind Ensemble. Thank you, students, for playing for us tonight. Welcome everybody again, and for those who aren't here with us in person, we have a mixture of our partners from EUA and Myron. We have community members, parents, some students, board members, current and former, and you're going to hear from a few folks tonight. So let me just lay out for you real quick who we're going to hear from tonight. Again, I'll just be your MC, keeping things moving. We're going to have Eric Dufek up just in a moment. He's representing Epstein Ewan Architects, EUA. He also happens to be a proud member of the Sturgeon Bay High School class of 1990, right, Eric? That's right. He brought with his letter jacket tonight, his Odyssey of the Mind. Oh, wait a minute. I shouldn't be saying that publicly. We tease him a little bit. We've got parent Steve Abrahamson. Steve's going to talk tonight. We have another alum and also a current board member. We have Beth Chisholm, who will be saying a few words. And last but not least, we saved the best for last. We have Emily Albert, student rep, who's going to give you a few thoughts for tonight, and then we'll wrap it up. The school, or the band, will be performing the school song, kind of to end that part, and then we'll have a few different, the ceremonial shovel turn photos here, and then we'll be transitioning. There'll be snacks off to the end. Make sure you enjoy that, have a little company with each other, and some of us will be heading off to the really exciting event of a school board meeting tonight, right? Does it get any better than that? All right, at this point, Eric, you want to come on down? Everybody, let's welcome from Epstein Ewan Architects, Eric Dufek.
Thanks, Dan. So today I have the pleasure of representing not only my colleagues at EUA, Gary and Tori are in the audience, but also all of the civil engineers, structural, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing engineers who made this project possible. Along with that, I'm also representing our friends at Myron Construction and all the subcontractors that are going to be building all of the various projects. In 1977, I walked through the doors of Sunrise Elementary as a kindergartner and later walked out of Sturgeon Bay High School as a graduate. I feel fortunate to have been raised in Sturgeon Bay and grateful that the district prepared me for my eventual career as an architect. Through my 25 years of improving hundreds of schools across the state of Wisconsin, I realized that school buildings alone won't prepare students for success. It really takes the drive within that student, the care from the teachers, and the positive support that they get from their homes. But the building does contribute to the student feeling safe, feeling comfortable, and the building provides the amenities for the instruction and collaboration, all of which contributes to the student's success. So on behalf of the architects, engineers, and contractors, thank you to the school district, the teachers, the students, and the citizens of Sturgeon Bay. I look forward to seeing you at the grand opening.
Thank you, Eric. And for anyone who wants to quiz Eric about his Sturgeon Bay High School years, he'll be taking your questions after the end of the program. We're going to get some old yearbooks out and have a little fun with Eric, too, because we like to do that a lot. Up next, we have a gentleman, Steve Abrahamson, who may not be a graduate of this institution, but he's all in on Clipper Pride. He also is the first resident, kind of non-staff member, if you will, who actually mentioned to our board at the time that it was getting to be time to update facilities and consider what we now know to be this capital or facility referendum. So, Steve, gentleman who's taller than me this evening, Steve, come on down. The podium's yours. Let's welcome Steve.
Thank you, and I want to thank the school board and the school leadership for inviting me tonight. This event springs an enormous amount of gratitude to all the individuals, groups, and entities that were involved in getting us to this point. I played a very small role in being invited to a community reach out, as Dan mentioned, to the board a couple years ago. I and others voiced our concern about the current state of the facilities and the need to do something. The school's leadership and board did not ignore us. In fact, they actually invited me back for a couple board meetings to discuss it in further detail. I wasn't stating anything that they didn't already know, though. But sometimes it takes someone to state what everyone is thinking out loud. And in a moment where you have the right audience and an audience that can drive action, they made everyone feel like they were sincerely interested in our input. Sturgeon Bay School District provides an abundant amount of examples of success, including in the classroom, curriculum-based groups and teams, on the fields, Coach Moss would call it a pitch, but courts, tracks, and within the arts. The community showed its desire in wanting to continue this, in wanting to support this, in wanting our facilities to reflect this. Dan said that he's never heard me talk without a quote. And I found a quote that I thought really drove home a lot about tonight. It's a quote from Walt Disney. And Walt said, "You can design and create and build the most wonderful place in the world, but it takes people to make the dream." We have a tremendous staff that so-called makes the dream happen to our students and our community every day. Hopefully this groundbreaking will provide them greater resources to continue this important work. In ending, I can't wait to see the finished product and how it improves the future of our community. Thank you.
It could be a side business of Steve's in case you didn't pick up on that. If you ever need to give a motivational speech and are looking for just the right quote, okay, Steve Abrahamson, I can help you connect with him. Obviously a very involved community member, and he can help you out there. Thank you for those words, Steve. Next up, if Beth Chisholm could start walking forward. Beth is one of several school board members, current and recent, I suppose, who are Sturgeon Bay High School grads. There's a few of you here. Yeah, you're not the only one. You just happen to be the one representing them and saying some words. So let's welcome Beth Chisholm to the microphone.
Hello, as Dan said, I'm Beth Chisholm, and I'm so happy to be here tonight and to see how many people showed up tonight. I didn't know how to envision this. But I'm pleasantly not surprised, because that's this community. I have a profound admiration and love for this community. What an amazing place to enjoy a livelihood and raise a family. I grew up on the west side, where my mother still lives, leaving only for college. I think my love of the Sturgeon Bay community shows in the deep roots I have in this district. I'm an alum along with my husband, brother, brothers-in-law, my father and father-in-law, and my 2 children. The icing on the cake was when my sister-in-law, Mrs. Weber, accepted a position here in 2014 as an elementary teacher, and she continues to serve the district as an academic coach. I had to ask her what year she started, and she said 2014. And I said, "Do you mean 2004? This was over text. And she's like, "No, 2004. It just seems like so much longer." It's just been really fun to see her as a member of our district. My relationship with the district has been expanded for the past 5 years as a school board member. Thank you for your continued support of the school district and your confidence in the leadership that this school community continues to demonstrate. Your yes to the referendum shows faith in the district and support of our children, staff, and community. Thank you. This continued investment in the district guides us as we continue to do our best to be good stewards of the safety and integrity of the campuses and our surrounding areas. Your support of the improvements we have all as a community envisioned and now see coming to fruition will take us far into the future as we continue to support and shape our next generation. Thank you.
Thank you, Beth. Thank you to the current and former board members you represent, as well as many of whom, as we said, are proud graduates of this institution. Beth mentioned 2014. That happens to be the same summer, if you will, that I started 7 years ago, and after the last year, feels like at least 17 years ago, as I think we can all appreciate, but we're still plugging away. All right, next up we have Emily Elberg. So if Emily could come down. We know school districts exist not for the adults who work here, or your local residents or taxpayers, but really for students, for families now and years into the future. And so we're so glad to hear from a student. Emily, come on up to the microphone. Let's welcome Emily, everybody.
Hello everyone, good evening. Thank you for joining myself and the rest of the speakers here tonight at the groundbreaking ceremony. It is a true representation of the amazing support we have here within our community. My name is Emily Elberg, a junior here at Sturgeon Bay High School, and I have the great honor of speaking on behalf of the student body tonight. I would like to start by thanking a few people that have made this ceremony possible. First, I would like to thank the amazing community that we have, many of which are out there in the crowd tonight. It's very heartwarming to know I have such a supportive community behind me, and I know that on behalf of the student body, they would agree that having such a great group of people that value our safety and education so much is truly an amazing feeling to have. I would also like to thank the construction company who is turning this dream into a reality, Myron. Over the next few months, you'll be spending countless hours in the heat and humidity for the well-being of the students and staff here at this high school, so thank you so much. Lastly, I'd like to thank the administration that gave me the opportunity to speak here tonight and for all their hard work each and every day. This investment and rebuild wouldn't be possible without all of you. The Sturgeon Bay School District has always held a very special place in my heart from some of my first few years on this earth up until now as I stand up here today. And looking into next year gets me very emotional as it is my last year as a student in the district. Although I'll be ready to move on to bigger things come this time next year, I'll always look forward to returning as alumni or with children as my own. Each school in the district holds special memories for me. It all started in 4K, my first year of school ever. At Sunset School, I had the t-shirt show. At Sawyer School, I had a really awesome gym teacher who put on the coolest mazes in the gym for Halloween. At Sunrise School, I had the plays directed by Miss Yora, who I performed on stage in the auditorium during spring. At TJ Walker Middle School, I had my Washington, D.C. trip in 8th grade, and now I'm here. High school has been an amazing experience for me so far, and I have so many more memories to unleash still, and I have the joy of getting to do so in a newly designed school, which is something I'm very excited about. Being a student can be very taxing at times, especially during finals week, AP test week, nights before a big test, and so on. But the satisfaction you get from a good grade and all the memories you make will make it all worth it in the end. Looking beyond academics, clubs are a hidden gem within the school and a fun and easy way to get involved. As a student council representative for next year's school year, I have worked very hard on behalf of the students in the high school to make sure they're still fulfilling their hopes and dreams of this school too. Education is a staple in the lives of many, but especially mine. My grandma and grandpa were teachers at Southern North, and my uncle and mom are both currently teachers. My mom here within the Sturgeon Bay District, so it's definitely in my genes. Having so many family members in the education career field has given me a whole new appreciation for the education world. Not only has it helped me value the opportunities that I have right here in front of me every day, but it has also given me a whole new appreciation for all teachers, and most importantly, it's taught me not to take all those positive people and experiences for granted. Another club that has grown near and dear to my heart is FTA, Future Teachers of America. I've pondered many career choices, but education has been my life for the last 14 years, and I'm not ready to leave the scene quite yet. When my time as a student is over, I plan to follow in the footsteps of the educators in my family and teach young children. My time here at Sturgeon Bay has helped me to prepare for that. I'm also so thankful that the school has given me the opportunity to become a voice for the student body today, during this special ceremony. It has been a pleasure to talk to you all. Education will always hold a very special place in my heart, and Sturgeon Bay School District is a big reason for that. They continue to value the safety and well-being of their students, and this project is proof of that. Thank you.
Who knows, she may have my job someday, right? Never know. Thank you, Emily. Very well done. Should be proud, right, Mom and Dad? And of course, Mom does work for us, as you heard. So, as you think of, what a great example of a voice, as far as someone who's come through here, who's invested here, who has families that are all about school and the community activities. As Emily can say probably better than me, certainly this particular campus as the high school, right, as kind of the flagship of this district, is very well known for wonderful opportunities for kids, academically, co-curricular clubs, student leadership. For those who are a part, I realize it's not on all of your docket to be at the board meeting tonight, but as far as the board meetings go, we like hearing from our student council representative about what's happening, kind of help set the stage for the business that happens that night. So again, great job. Thank you very much. Also, before we get ready to hear from the students again, as far as wind ensemble goes, I want to thank a number of the individuals that were involved with not only tonight's kind of reminder. Let's be honest, the groundbreaking usually happens way at the beginning of the program, or building, program, if you will. So back last fall, well, we know how late fall weather in Wisconsin can be, so we thought, well, rather than have something at Sawyer last fall, that probably didn't seem the best with weather. But also, as I look out at a number of folks here, and I'm reminded of the context we're in right now, having a groundbreaking or celebration really didn't seem appropriate in the fall, even though it was late fall, because we all knew the priority needed to be on having school. And I'm so proud not only of our students who have muddled through everything this year, and our staff members who've taken on an incredible load, and our families who've been so cooperative with sometimes last minute changes, and all sorts of frustration around facial coverings and quarantines, so on and so forth. But thank you to all of them for their support. And also, as I go beyond those critical groups who are a part of our school operations each and every day, right, as we have been able to have in-person school each day so far this year, the reality is also want to thank our community as a whole for kind of giving us the grace and the distance to do what we need to do to have school as we should have, to allow parents to go off to work, to allow everyone in our community to remain safe and really have that right contact. So, no, we didn't have that last fall as we otherwise would have at a more normal time, but we were able to pause tonight before a board meeting like tonight. It's not quite as warm as it was this afternoon, but hey, it's spring in Door County. This is actually probably shorts weather, let's be honest, right? So thank you so much to everyone for that journey this year, for bringing about tonight. You see some things from sustainable living off to my left, some snacks and whatnot. Jenny Spooty, Natalie Townsend, and our high school students. Another wonderful opportunity, and we'll have a chance to partake in that in a little bit. So those are those key things I wanted to touch on. Again, if nothing else, not just because of the community support for this project, right? And again, the project is about the community. It's not about any one individual or group of individuals. It's about the community. But really beyond that, I want to say thank you not just for the support of this project. Thank you for the ongoing support that this school district sees. This school district is, as it should be, a reflection of the community. There's a key correlation. It's a two-way street. The school district is not about being better than the community or the community being better than the school district. There's that correlation. So it's a good reminder for all of us as we pause tonight, as we think about this again on a night or a day like graduation coming up quickly. Let's keep that all in mind. So again, my message is, if nothing else, thank you, and thank you very much. Let me now turn it over to Mrs. Hintz and the Wind Ensemble for the school song. Thank you, Wind Ensemble. Thank you, Mrs. Hintz. Part of me feels like in my youth we should be running out of a tunnel in a gym or something. Something we didn't get a chance to hear enough of this past winter, but all that got condensed, and it was still good to have opportunities for kids, and you're seeing some more of those tonight. So, in just a moment, when we're done, I'm going to ask for the first group for the ceremonial shovel turns if our student representatives, so before we get ready to sign off that part of things, we've got some representatives as students who will be in each of our schools this next year, so we're going to get a picture with them and some school staff, and then we'll go a few different groupings here off to my right. So, without further ado, again, I say thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in, whether live or at a later date. Thank you for the ongoing support. We couldn't run the school district with quality opportunities for our kids that we do without that. Thanks again for coming, everyone, or for tuning in. Student reps, if you want to come on up, we'll get ready to get your picture with the fancy shovel. And not everyone can see it, but we had some student dancing going on during the band here moments ago. So maybe a clip of that will show up on Facebook at some point. Thanks, everybody. We're signing off for now. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you.